All right, today we are going to learn about solving systems by elimination. We have learned how to solve a system by graphing, by using substitution. Now today is by elimination, and this is page 6 in our notes. All right, so this will be the first one that we solve. We have negative 7x minus 4y equals negative 7, and 7x plus 7y equals 28. So solving by elimination works great, especially when the equations are arranged in standard form like these ones are. So what we're going to do is we are going to add these equations together. All right, I'm going to add them together. I'm going to add negative 7x plus 7x, and what do you know? That cancels out. Then here I'm going to add negative 4y to positive 7y, and that will equal 3y. And I'm going to add negative 7 plus 28. That equals 21. And now I can solve for y pretty easily. All right, I'm going to divide by 3. I'm going to divide by 3, and this will cancel out. And I have y is equal to 7. All right, next I'm going to substitute this y equals 7 into whichever equation. You always have your choice. Let's just go with the top one. So I'm going to write negative 7x minus 4, and open up a little space to substitute for y, equals negative 7. And I'm going to substitute this 7 in right here. So I have 7, and I'm going to be able to solve for x. I have negative 7x. Negative 4 times 7 is negative 28, equals negative 7. Let's add 28 to both sides. And I'm going to have negative 7x equals negative 7 plus 28 is positive 21. Let's divide by negative 7. And I could see that I'm going to have x is equal to negative 3. So my solution would be negative 3, 7. Remember, this is a system of equations, so our answer represents the point where these two lines intersect each other. All right, this is going to be our next example. You can see we have 2x plus 9y equals negative 2, and 2x plus 4y equals 8. In this case, I can't just add these together, because if I do, I'll get 4x and I'll get 13y, and that's not going to work for us. All right, so what I'm going to do to fix that is I'm going to multiply this bottom equation by negative 1. I'm going to multiply everything by negative 1. And after I do that, I'm going to end up with my top equation. I'm just rewriting it, 2x plus 9y equals negative 2. And when I distribute this negative 1, I'm going to have negative 2x minus 4y equals negative 8, right? I distributed this negative 1 to every term in this equation. And now I can do what I did on that first example. I can add these together, and this 2x and negative 2x, those are going to cancel out. 9y and negative 4y are going to be 5y, positive 5y equals negative 10. Solve for y really easily by dividing by 5, and this will cancel out, and I have y equals negative 2. And now I'm going to substitute into this top equation. I could substitute into either one, but I'm just going to go with the top one. I'm going to open up my parentheses to substitute right there for y. All right, this is going to go right here, and I have 2x plus, oh, I forgot to actually substitute. This should be a negative 2 right here. So 2x plus negative 18, right? Because 9 times negative 2 is negative 18 equals negative 2. Let me rewrite this as subtraction. 2x minus 18 equals negative 2. Let's go ahead and add 18 to both sides, and we will be able to solve for x. And when we do that, we get 2x equals 16. Let's divide by 2, and we have x equals 8. So remember, both of these together make up our answer. My solution would be 8, 2. And if I were to graph both of these equations, this 8, 2 would be the point where they intersect. All right. All right, this will be our second page of today's notes. It's page 7 in total for this chapter. Let's do another one. All right, we have 4x plus y equals 3 and negative 2x minus 3y equals negative 15. So right away I see this with the 1 coefficient, the phantom 1 coefficient right in front. So I'm going to look to this y right here, and I can see that if I multiply everything on this top one by 3, what I'm going to end up with is 12x plus 3y equals 9. And on the bottom I have negative 12x minus 3y equals negative 15, right? I just multiplied the top one and rewrote the second one without changing anything. And the reason I did that was because I could easily see that I was going to get opposite coefficients right there. And that's the whole goal. Because then when we add these together, I could see that, oh, in this case, 12x and negative 12x, those cancel. This cancels. And so I have 0 on this side, and I have 9 and negative 15. I add those together, and I have negative 6. So you guys could probably already guess that if I have 0 is equal to negative 6, that's not true. So this is no solution. So I want you to think about, what does it mean graphically about two equations if the system of equations has no solutions? All right, did you say that no solution means that the lines are parallel? I hope you did, because that's the right answer. When a system of equation involves parallel lines, that system has no solution. All right, this is going to be our last example today. It's going to be 6x plus 2y equals negative 26, and 8x minus 5y equals negative 4. And you'll probably notice just by inspecting this that I can't just multiply either of these equations and get an opposite, right? I can't multiply like this 2 right here by something to get the opposite of negative 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply by the least common multiple of 2 and 5. And I'm going to choose the 2 and the 5 because this one's positive and that one's negative. All right, so the least common multiple of 2 and 5 is 10. So I want to make a positive 10 here, and I want to make a negative 10 here. So I'm just going to multiply the top equation by 5, the bottom equation by 2, and that's going to get me where I need to go. So 5 times 6, I get 30x plus 10y equals negative 130. And now on the bottom, I'm going to have 16x minus 10y equals negative 8. Okay, and I could see that if I add these together, it's going to be really good for me, because I'm going to get these y coefficients, these y variables are going to cancel out. All right, so let's do that. I'm going to have 30x plus 16x. That's pretty easy. I'm going to have 46x. This is going to cancel out, and it's going to be equal to negative 138. So after I do that, I'm going to divide both sides by 46. I know that's a big coefficient to divide by, but this is going to work out nicely for us, because negative 138 divided by 46 is equal to negative 3. Okay, so this is part of my answer. I'm going to substitute this in, and I'm going to solve for y. I think I'm going to substitute into the top equation. That's going to be the easiest one for us to figure out. So I'm going to have 6, open up space to substitute my x, plus 2y is equal to negative 26. Right, and this, remember, this negative 3 is going to go in right here. So I have negative 18 plus 2y equals negative 26. I'm going to add 18 to both sides, and I'll have 2y equals, because 2y, because that negative 18 plus 18, that cancels out, and this is going to be equal to negative 8. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to divide by 2, divide by 2, and I'm going to have y equals negative 4. All right, so my solution is going to be negative 3, negative 4. All right. All right, that's going to be it for today. Thanks. I hope that helped.